So what can we do, or how can we sort of upskill the new generation?
Perfect. So I think the first thing to understand is that we actually, the very first thing is to separate personality types, right? So we don't want to confuse weak muscles for introversion or shyness.
Mm.
So shyness is a concern about being judged. So I don't speak up in a meeting or don't walk up to you to talk to you because I'm just scared that you'll judge me and you'll think I'm stupid or ugly or whatever it is. Shyness is something that you can actually grow out of, right? Introversion is more, and I'm not perfectly sold on these definitions, but it's more kind of the limit of social energy you have to engage with others. And so if, depending on if it's for me or if it's for my kids, I kind of want to get a base level understanding of, are they introverted, a bit more extroverted? So that way, or are they dealing with shyness? That way, I don't just throw them into a scenario that they hate and get traumatized from. Just because I'm a wild introvert doesn't mean you should engage in the same environments. So that's the first thing. Figure out kind of like that bandwidth. The second thing is that human beings tend to connect over common ground. So you want to find a shared interest. Now, for kids, it might be as simple as like, hey, we're going to create a pod of local students that all go and play in the sandbox together. Sure, that's fine. Like they'll figure out a way to get along to some degree. But it also might be interest-based, right? There's everything from music classes to, in New York here, we have basketball leagues and soccer leagues. And my parents would sign me up for it. I frankly didn't really care very much, but like at least it was a shared activity that caused us to bond. So you're either going to find something that you already care about that you share as common ground with somebody. And one of the best places to do that, especially if you're older, I wouldn't recommend this necessarily for little kids, is meetup.com. So meetup.com has, you can either start a group locally or find groups locally that potentially have interest for you, right? So you might find a food meetup and go on a food crawl. You might find a table tennis meetup and make friends over table tennis.
Okay.
But these kind of cultural groups used to be really the lifeblood of a community, right? It was the bowling league or the knitting club or the book club or whatever it is. The second real option is that you find an activity that causes people to apply shared effort. So what does that actually mean? That means that human beings develop deeper bonds when they have to invest effort into something. So you can either pick something you already have an interest in, or find something that people can invest effort into. It could be volunteer work, could be cooking together, whatever it is that would cause them to invest effort and then care more about each other. But the key is around this common ground, specifically at the scale you feel most comfortable with.